Hey there everybody and welcome back. I'm Joshua Ryan and like most of you, I've been riding an adrenaline-fueled rush ever since Warner Brothers dropped the trailer for their highly anticipated Mortal Kombat film. It looks super exciting and completely different from anything else we've seen recently. Mortal Kombat is a great source to launch a new franchise. A Mortal Kombat TV series could be pretty amazing. I mean, think about it. It would have the opportunity to explore this universe over several seasons and showcase Mortal Kombat's massive roster of characters. And the rich storyline of the gory multiverse, could be awesome. And although a Mortal Kombat series is on our wish list, we can all get super excited for the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie. If this film is a success, hopefully we can get a few badass sequels as well. I mean, the 90s Mortal Kombat movie got a sequel, so there's definitely hope, right? Before the new Mortal Kombat movie drops on HBO Max and in theaters this April, I want to fill you guys in on some of the mythos, legends, and backstories of this long-running video game series. And buckle up, because it's a doozy. What is Mortal Kombat? To understand this, we'll have to go back to the beginning, and I mean the very beginning, in order to cover the ancient history of this franchise. Long ago, at the beginning of time, there existed only the Titans, the Elder Gods, and the One Being. The One Being gained his power by draining it from the Elder Gods and consuming them in the process. Eventually, the Titans and the Elder Gods thought, that's enough. They just decided not to be the One Being's food anymore. So they set aside their differences and launched an attack on the One Being to save themselves. In the end, the Elder Gods created 6 weapons called the 6 Infinity Stones. No, sorry, wrong universe. These 6 weapons were called the Kamidog. When the Elder Gods used the weapons, the One Being was split into many pieces, which were all scattered, although the One Being's consciousness survived. But these 6 scattered pieces of Kamidog became lost and eventually turned into the realms that we know today. Life began to grow inside them as they became the Earth Realm, the Nether Realm, Outworld, Order Realm, Chaos Realm, and Edenia. Each of these represented the Kamidog. In addition to these dimensions, several other more minor realms were created. Over time, the Elder Gods have been watching each realm evolve and flourish with life. So they appointed themselves as guardians over these realms, assigning each god to a specific realm as its protector. They also created a moral code, which was to never get involved with the life forms of these realms. Well, following rules isn't for everybody, and soon after that, the elder god Shinnok took a liking to the Earth Realm. He begins to invade the realm and rebuild it according to his vision. Luckily, Mortal Kombat's God of Thunder and Protector of Earthrealm Lord Raiden catches on to Shinnok's plan and intervenes. This further resulted in a crazy, chaotic battle that nearly wipes out all of Earth's inhabitants. When the other Elder Gods find out what's happening, they helped put an end to Shinnok's plan by stripping him of his power and banishing him to the Netherworld. Peace is once again restored, but only temporarily. I mean, this is Mortal Kombat. As it turned out, Shinnok's buddied up with the mysterious wandering sorcerer Quan Chi, and the two overthrew the Damned Realm and took over. Shinnok spent endless years biding his time so that he could return and get his revenge. In the meantime, generations of life forms continue to evolve in each realm and conflicts arise. Wars continuously take place between the realms. So, to maintain order among the realms, the gods created a martial arts tournament called Mortal Kombat. The tournament reoccurs every generation when one realm is trying to invade the other. They must win 10 Mortal Kombat tournaments in a row before they can merge realms and take over. For a long while, Outworld was ruled by a being known as Onaga, the Dragon King. Not only was his power unmatched, but he commanded an unstoppable army of warriors, whom he resurrected just like Hela, although his trusted advisor Shao Kahn betrayed him by poisoning his brain and took over. After that, Onaga's loyal army had themselves mummified so that they could reunite with Onaga after his eventual resurrection. That's dedication. But Shao Kahn didn't mind that at all. He went on a tear, conquering as many realms as he could. Again and again, his champions won Mortal Kombat and countless realities were merged with his. This included Zatara and Edenia. Many believed that Khan murdered Edenia's ruler King Jared and took his queen and infant daughters as his own. The Queen Sindel supposedly took her own life rather than be with Khan. But the truth was that Sindel fell in love with Khan and killed Jared. Quan Chi was working with Khan at the time. He decided that Sindel was a distraction and he had her killed, staging it as a suicide. Now Shao Kahn decided to raise Sindel's daughter Kitana and trained her to be the ultimate assassin. After taking over Edenia, Kahn set his sights on the Earthrealm. Now there are two major timelines within the Mortal Kombat games. The original timeline, covering the events of the first 7 games of the franchise between Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and then the current timeline, covering the rebooted trilogy of Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 10, and Mortal Kombat 11. Till now, we've been following the old timeline, so let's continue with that. To help prevent Outworld from taking over Earthrealm, Raiden started a sect of Shaolin monks called the White Lotus Society. It was based specifically on training warriors to fight for Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1 followed the final tournament for the control of Earthrealm. The tournament was hosted by Shang Tsung, who worked for Shao Kahn. Raiden's chosen warriors consisted of Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage. Also entering the tournament were Kano, who was a mercenary being hunted by Sonya, Sub-Zero, who's an assassin from a ninja clan, and Scorpion, a formerly dead ninja from a separate and rival clan. He claimed that Sub-Zero killed him and his family prior to the tournament. Jumping to the end of the fierce combat, Liu Kang and the others defeated Shang Tsung and the rest of Shao Kahn's champions. They won the tournament, while Scorpion killed Sub-Zero in an act of retribution. In the aftermath of Shang Tsung's failure, Shao Kahn decided to lure Earthrealm's warriors into Outworld for another tournament in Mortal Kombat 2. This plan failed, and Liu Kang was able to defeat Shao Kahn again. This time, he even gained some new allies, including Shao Kahn's adopted daughter Kitana. By the time Mortal Kombat 3 came around, Edenia and Outworld had fully merged, and Shao Kahn had resurrected Kitana's mother, Sindel, which allowed him to cross over into Earthrealm to attempt to conquer it without a tournament holding him back. Thankfully, Liu Kang defeated Shao Kahn yet again, and Edenia was freed from his control. Kitana became its new ruler. With Shao Kahn defeated once more, Shinnok re-entered the story in Mortal Kombat 4, who escaped the Netherrealm and planned to conquer Edenia with Quan Chi by his side. Once again, Liu Kang won and sent both Shinnok and Quan Chi back to the Netherrealm. Tired of losing, Quan Chi and Shang Tsung teamed up in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and killed both Shao Kahn and Liu Kang. Their rampage continued in Mortal Kombat Deception, where they killed most of Earthrealm's warriors before turning on each other. They eventually put aside their differences and teamed up with Raiden to defeat Onaga, the Dragon King and Outworld Emperor, prior to Shao Kahn. Long story short, Onaga was defeated, but his defeat brought about a prophesized end of the world in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. All the past characters came back and battled each other, which caused the realms to destabilize. In the end, only Shao Kahn and Raiden were left alive. It was sad to witness that Shao Kahn actually emerged victorious, but to prevent that, Raiden made a last-ditch effort to save humanity by sending a message to his younger self saying he must win. The new timeline. Raiden's message to his past self created a new timeline that begins with Mortal Kombat 9. The younger Raiden suddenly became overwhelmed with random visions of the future and the directions that he must win. He saw various events such as his acts as a corrupted god, Sub-Zero being reborn as Noob Saibot, Motaro killing Johnny Cage, Smoke being turned into a cyborg, and more. As we know, all these events would have led to the victory of Shao Kahn, which was represented by a crack on Raiden's amulet. He figured that he must win meant Liu Kang is supposed to beat Shang Tsung. Therefore, the events mostly transpired exactly as before. For instance, Liu Kang won the tournament by defeating Shang Tsung. Sindel was resurrected and Shao Kahn invaded Earthrealm yet again. But to Raiden's confusion, the crack on the amulet kept widening. So desperate, Raiden went to the Netherrealm to suggest a deal with Quan Chi. Quan Chi had no need, as he already had a deal going with Shao Kahn. In exchange for his services, he got to keep the souls of the warriors who fell during the war between Earthrealm and Outworld. He then had the undead versions of everyone from Sindel to Kung Lao attack Raiden. Raiden left empty-handed, but Quan Chi did make sure to give him some inspiration to figure out how to stop Kahn. Well, he must win was actually meant for Shao Kahn. If Liu Kang fought him, Kahn would be warded off, but he'd survive to fight another day and eventually kill them all. If Kahn simply merged the realms like the egomaniac he was, the Elder Gods would finally have reason to act on it. Liu thought the plan was nonsense and went after Kahn anyways. Raiden got in Liu's way and accidentally killed him. Begging for forgiveness, Raiden was horrified when Liu cursed his name before dying from his wounds. Meanwhile, Khan merged the realms and became stronger. The Elder Gods powered up Raiden and helped him defeat Khan. They then tore his soul to pieces. Finally, Shao Kahn was dead. In response, Raiden's amulet fixed itself. But it came at a terrible cost. Among the good guys, only Raiden, Johnny, and Sonya survived. As they left, Quan Chi appeared to admire Khan's destroyed helmet. Everything was going according to plan, but soon after that, Shinnok would escape the Netherrealm and there would barely be anyone to oppose him this time. Then comes Mortal Kombat 10. This is where the timelines diverge. A new group of warriors led by Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade stopped Quan Chi and resurrected some of their old friends who died in the past. Following that, 20 years pass and many of the characters got married and had children. Scorpion and Sub-Zero reconciled and became allies. Former heroes Liu Kang and Kitana became rulers of the Netherrealm after Shinnok was defeated for a second time. Realizing Raiden's meddling with the timelines has caused too much chaos, the God of Time merged past and present together to create a new timeline in Mortal Kombat 11. After several battles with both past and present characters, Liu Kang won and restarted time once again, creating another new timeline that will be explored in future Mortal Kombat games. So the bottom line here is, Liu Kang always wins. Now that we've got a new Mortal Kombat movie coming, let's compare the story details of what we've seen in the trailer with the game timelines. The Bloody Red Band trailer for 2021's Mortal Kombat movie is here, it's breaking records, and it features an exciting array of characters from the video games. From the fiery fists of Liu Kang to the lethal ice powers of Sub-Zero, the mix of abilities on display promise some epic fights and gruesome fatalities. With director Simon McQuoid making his debut, Mortal Kombat is set to premiere simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max in April. This is the third live-action movie following the 1990s films Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. We're glad that this film looks like a huge improvement. It benefits from modern CGI, which brings the fighters' incredible powers to life. One of the more interesting reveals in the trailer is that several core characters seem to have changed sides. Sub-Zero is working for the Outworld sorcerer Shang Tsung. Scorpion seems to be cast as their sympathetic party in their feud, and it even looks like Kano has become a hero, at least at the beginning of the story. The fighters themselves seem to be more or less the same though, but the story seems to focus on Louis Tan's new character, Cole Young. He comes at the expense of the franchise veteran Johnny Cage, who doesn't appear to be in this movie. Among the many changes that the film seems to have made, we're getting yet another backstory for Jax's arms being ripped off. This time, it's Sub-Zero who makes way for Jax's robotic arms. The fighters of Earthrealm include Sonya Blade, Jax, Cole, and Liu Kang. Scorpion's backstory is slightly altered, although his conflict with Sub-Zero still remains a key element of the story. Sub-Zero seems to be the villain of the first film. Oh, and by the way, the battle between Sub-Zero and Scorpion looks sick! The way Sub-Zero stabbed Scorpion with his own blood was jaw-dropping, and then we got the trademark Scorpion line, "Get over here!" Hopefully the changes made to the film will bring some fresh and interesting dynamics to the Mortal Kombat tournament without changing too much of what fans know and love. Okay, that's all for now. It was a lot, I know. I hope this was a nice crash course for Mortal Kombat for you. I mean, it'll certainly get you ready for the upcoming movie. Are you excited about the upcoming film? Tell us in the comments what you think. Did you like the 1990s one? And make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive content. I'm Joshua Ryan, and I'll see you next time. Get over here!